What's good, neighborhood? Welcome back to another installment of Warframe Wednesday. And today, if you haven't been, if you've missed the tweets, today's target is something of a special case. Largely because I'm going to say this right here and now. This is the only Warframe where all I could really think to do in order to acquire this one was to just get the credits for her and buy her outright. Largely due to the fact that when the mission was first announced, when the mission was first implemented in Warframe, where you could actually earn her parts, there was still a lot going on technically. So, the missions themselves were kind of incomplete. And no, the Warframe we're talking about today isn't Ember, although, I mean, come on. You gotta admit, Ember looks badass. But today's target, as indicated by my tweets and pretty much everything else that I've shown off on Twitter at this point. Come on, there we go. Let's load the rookie loadout and actually get her going. Today's target is Hildryn. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about Hildryn, just from a design standpoint, is that she does not look anything like any of the other, feminine-coded Warframes. Like you see the other girls in the game, like Ember, Saren, Mirage, Wisp, hell, Garuda, even. And, it's... they've got more of this... they've got more of this sleek curves, they look like... they look like the ladies. And then... you get to Hildryn.
The system needs you. Will you begin another mission?
And Hildryn is this big, muscular, bodybuilder mama bear type. And it provides, between the build and the color, it just provides a really cool contrast. Let's see, what weapon do I want? Yeah, actually, like, her base colors are pretty much Ava Unit 1. Oh, that's what I was going to go with for her. There we go. All set. All set to rock and roll. Now, really quickly, as far as acquisition goes, in order to get Hildryn, you pretty much have to play through more of the Fortuna quests, and build up your ranking with build up your ranking with Solaris and the Vox Solaris, and I think you also have to take out you have to drop the Prophet Taker, which is this massive mechanical spider boss. I mean, the fight itself is pretty dope, and like the more standing you get with the Vox Solaris, that actually gets you more currency, which you can use to purchase her component blueprints if you didn't already just get them from the shop. Like if you didn't already just, buy her outright from the in-game shop. But as per the usual, we're going to pop into the Strata Relay and jump over to the training simulation. You know, it's actually really kind of funny now that you mention, Ava color palettes, though. Because there are certain Warframes with their cosmetics that are actually, you know, designed to look really stinking close to the Ava units. Now, just really quickly, before we get to her main abilities, let's talk about her passive real fast. Now, her main passive ability pretty much gives her iframes after her shields are depleted. Now, in recent patches, the developers actually expanded on this a little bit for all Warframes, but Hildryn is the main one to keep an eye on with that, especially considering the fact that Hildryn's abilities do not operate off of energy like the others. All of Hildryn's abilities operate on spending her shields. Which is why, even before mods, Hildryn starts off with the highest base shield amount. She starts off with the highest base shield pool because, you know, the shields is her domain, right? So right out of the box, once you actually unlock Hildryn, her first ability is Balefire. Now, Balefire technically counts, like Balefire and the Balefire Charger technically counts as an exalted weapon class, much like Garuda's Talons, much like Valkyr's Talons, the Exalted Blade, you know, various moves where the Warframe calls upon a unique weapon. It's the same with the Balefire Charger. It's a special type of sidearm where you can pretty much fire off energy rockets, and you can charge up the energy rockets for greater damage. The ammo for those rockets, again, draws from her shield, so the higher the shield pool that you have, and the faster you have her set up for her shields to recharge, you know, the more ammo you've got to use with this. And just like the unique signature and exalted weapons, this bad boy can be modded separately from all of the others. Once you hit rank 3, her second ability, Pillage. Now, what Pillage does is that anything caught in the field that she casts, any enemy caught in the field that she casts, it'll strip their armor and their shields, and Hildryn will absorb it, thus increasing her shield and overshield pool, thus giving you more ammo for ye old Balefire Charger. And a whole lot of long-range yeeting. Yeet! Oh, wait, no, let me try this again. Yeet! Dang it! Well, you get the idea. Ability number 3, once you hit rank 5, Haven. Now, Haven does damage over time, but when you cast it on any when you cast it on allies, then what it does is it gives them a shield barrier while, draining from yours. Any enemies that approach your allies that are under the effects of Haven take additional damage. So you can say cast Haven on an enemy, it does continual damage, but then you cast Pillage, absorb the shields, you've got more shields to fuel Haven, you've got more shields to fuel the Balefire Charger. And there you have it. And once you get to rank 10, then you unlock Hildryn's final ability, Aegis Storm. Aegis Storm puts Hildryn basically into a transformed sort of hovercraft mode. The transformed mode drains from her shields, and whether or not you end the mode on your own, or when her shields are depleted, she does a ground slam to end the attack. Any enemies that are within proximity, once she starts flying, get lifted into the air and start dropping energy orbs. It's great when you're in a team because then, everyone else can just grab the energy orbs while you're still, pumping your shields into the attack. Now, of course, when you're in flight mode, certain abilities won't work. But a great idea, once you actually land from the Aegis Storm, cast Pillage. Beef up your shield. Then go back into the Aegis Storm. And there are two abilities that you can cast while you're airborne. Haven. And the Balefire Charger. Of course. Now, consider this. Hildryn gets temporary invincibility once her shields are depleted. With fast shield recharge, you can actually recharge that invincibility time. So, you're at rank 10, you've got full shields, you've got Overshield, right? Cast Pillage, get yourself up to like 4,000 shields. Go to Aegis Storm, load up your arsenal, start firing. Once the shields run out, you've got that invincibility, which gives you just enough time to recharge. And that right there is more or less the base ability loop for Hildryn. Now, do keep in mind, because of her large shield pool, she's not necessarily the best when it comes to actual health. So if you're dealing with anything like Toxin, or any sort of damage that cuts right past the shield gating, you might be in a bit of trouble. But avoiding that is where your mods are going to come. Now, this build that I've got right here for her is just, sort of a general setup. You don't have to worry too much about ability duration because, her abilities are going to last as long as your shields do. So, you want a lot of shield capacity. So stuff like Vigor and Augur Accord will come in incredibly handy. You're of course going to want to beef up her ability strength so that way stuff like the Balefire Chargers do more damage. But then you'll need mods like Vigilante Vigor in order to help as far as her shield recharge rate. Because although it doesn't show off the stats here, you do want to make sure that her shields are recharging fast. Now, this setup right here, I have in particular, I basically have this setup right here to really capitalize more on, the shield and armor absorption, as well as, shield depletion or shield stripping when she uses stuff like pillage and, of course, once again, the Balefire chargers. But this right here is also a great segue into the 2 Augment Mods that she has. There's the Balefire Surge, which, once you max out the mod, pretty much makes it so that any direct shots that you land from the chargers immediately restore shields to Hildryn. And what's even better is that, the nullifier enemies that come in the blue or gold bubbles, the ones where you step into that field and your abilities are cancelled and locked, stay outside the bubble, land a Balefire shot, she gets extra shields from that and immediately destroys the nullifier fields. And then you have Blazing Pillage. This pretty much makes it so that if you cast Haven on an enemy, they get set on fire. They take extra damage, and of course, you absorb more shields. So with the shield stuff mod setup, as I called it, you cast Haven, it's gonna look something a little, well, it's gonna look something like this. Now you'll notice the fire proc, when enemies are set on fire, it makes them panic for a little bit, especially, lower level enemies. Makes them panic, they take damage over time, and of course you've got the shields coming back, so it's a nice little setup to help mitigate the shield reduction, especially from when you're using your abilities. Only problem, of course, is that, with this setup, Hildryn's got even fewer hit points, so if you can bust through the brick wall that is her shields, she's not gonna last long once that invincibility timer runs out. But then, of course, with the Balefire mod, you land your shots, you're already getting your shield back and generating overshields. And that's before casting Pillage. And then you cast Aegis Storm, and that just helps you set up your Balefire shots even further, thus allowing you to regenerate your shields, pretty much keeping you almost infinitely in Aegis Storm mode. Hey, what's good, Chop? Also, Nico Brom, I see you over there. Good to see you. But, yeah, now that we've discussed abilities, now that we've discussed mod setups, what do you say we take this Warframe Amazon out to the field? let's see. We've got the Ghoul Purge missions up. Ooh. You can do some more Thermia Fractures, too. And we've also got a few of the regular Nightwave acts. Okay, y'all want to see me do something stupid? Yes, I know about that. I'll be keeping an eye out for what's going to be going on with SF5 later. Now you see, that actually brings to mind something that I wanted to do, you know, just Warframe related, that I actually do intend on documenting, if not just outright streaming, and, you know, hopefully for the folks that are here, you know, watching the Warframe content, hopefully you guys join along with me for that. What I want to do is take a playthrough of the game.
I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you'd want to know.
I want to play through the game from the start, basically following the established lore of Warframe. You know, basically do sort of a story mode run through Warframe in order to get back to where I am now. Now, I don't think I'll be taking so much time to actually grind for various frames, because, you know, once I pick up certain ones that I can actually, you know, really run higher level missions with, then I can just blast through the rest of the game that way. But another thing I also want to document is me possibly getting a platinum trophy on Warframe, because even with all the updates that have been coming out, looking over the trophy list with the misses earlier, it showed me just how close I am to actually getting the platinum, and it's largely just through playing the game. You know, you do stuff in game, not too many off the beaten path challenges, and you've pretty much got it. But anyway, time to do something stupid. Just like with Garuda last week, we're going to go ahead and try to take this beast through a run on the steel path. Now, for anyone that doesn't really know what's going on with the steel path, or, you know, just hasn't been paying much attention to Warframe, or hasn't been playing it, the steel path is an enhanced difficulty level that you can open up once you complete all of the missions on the star chart. It beefs up your enemies. Like, normally, let's say this first mission right here on E Prime, this first mission on Earth, enemies are level 1 through 3. Here, they are 101 through 103. And, as could be expected, you beef up an enemy 100 levels compared to what they were. That's going to beef up their stats, that's going to beef up their damage output, and then you add to that the tactics that the enemies employ, and you've got yourself a recipe for a real knockdown, drag-out brawl. And you are going to have to take all of your weapons, all of your skills, all of your knowledge, and you need to bring it to bear if you want to survive these missions and make it through the star chart all over again to earn the rewards that come from completing the steel path. Now sure, I've been at this game for over 2 years now.
The art of combat must be practiced to truly master the canvas of war.
Now, as I was saying, I've been at this game for 2 years, give or take. I may not be so much a novice as I was back when I started, but I am still very much, you know, I'm not what you'd consider a veteran here. So even though I only have to take out 98 enemies on this map, I still gotta be careful. I still gotta be careful, and I still gotta be ready to not only use my mobility, but also also make sure that I can take advantage of what I have in regards to my munitions and my mod setups. Okay. Iframes definitely came in there. Come on, Pillage, give me something. Thank you. If I can keep my shields up and keep enemies from doing any sort of direct health damage to me, this would give me just the advantage I need. Crap, 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 crap. Oh crap, iframes, thank you. Oh, this is about to suck. Oh, I don't have enough shields to cast Pillage, oh crap! Oh no! Oh yeah! Crud. Everything y'all got. Okay, shields are down to 0. Time to go, time to go, time to go. ragdoll halfway down the tunnel like that.
Okay, that's one major threat down. Shit. Out of shields. Gentlemen, and your armor. Thank you. Okay, we're at 26. Now we're getting somewhere. Gimme. Poison got me.
grooves. Stop your shenanigans right this instant. There we go. What? Wait, now my enemy total jumped from 90 from 93 to 100. That's just unfair. Okay, where to next? I'm barely halfway through this, and I think I've only got one. For 100.
eyes open. There's glass resonance in your neighborhood.
Really? Now we got glassers too.
Cephalites. Time to smash some glass. You gotta find out what's protecting them, and then take your shot.
Aegis Storm is a bad idea.
Indicate an increasingly dense neural network beneath the forest floor.
That
This
Aegis
can
Storm is a
only mean
very
one thing.
bad idea.
A silver grove is nearby.
I was right there. I was so close. So, even for a rookie like myself, as you can see just from, just from how I was swapping back and forth between abilities, or trying to anyway, you can get yourself pretty far, even on, even taking on, 100 plus level enhanced enemies, so long as you can keep your shields up. But anyway, that's going to do it for this installment of Warframe Wednesday. I appreciate you guys hanging. If you haven't already gotten into this game yet, honestly, I would highly suggest giving it a shot. If you're into shooters, if you're into third-person action games, if you're into interesting, far-future sci-fi lore, and if you're looking for a good game that's free to play, then you can't really do any worse than Warframe, honestly. But as I was saying, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this past hour or so. Do remember that if you do want to get your hands on, say, any PSN credit to, pick up some of the accessories in-game, or if you want to get your hands on any of the games that I've played or showcased on stream, remember to check out the affiliate links below. If you're not comfortable with GameStop, there's always Amazon, and if not them, there's always PlayAsia.
I've run diagnostic
Check those links. It'll help your boy out. It'll help me keep the streams going, and it'll help me bring more to you guys. But until next time, y'all have yourselves a top-notch Wednesday. Stay good, neighborhood.